Hello and welcome to the latest edition of the Hawk Central Huddle. I'm your host, Chris Cuellar. With me, as always, Iowa Hawkeye beat reporter Chad Leistikow. Chad, we are talking Hawkeye hoops, and it has been a wild past couple weeks. Still unbeaten in Big Ten play and rising up the rankings and making some national noise.
Yeah, number 3 in the polls, or the AP poll, number 4 in coaches, highest in 28 years. Pretty unbelievable to think about. They didn't even have any votes, or a scant number of votes coming into the season in the top 25, and it just goes to show you. I mean, they've been playing as well as anybody in the country. Jay Billis is talking about Iowa basketball, ESPN, USA Today. I mean, this is becoming a national story.
We talked a couple weeks ago when we were talking about how this team was, 3 or 4-0 in Big Ten play. Maybe had the chance to get a little thing going. Now they're at the top of the Big Ten race. It's a crowded field, and the Hawkeyes lead them all.
Yeah, Indiana's still 7-0 in the Big Ten, but they haven't really played anybody of consequence. But in football season, a lot of people were ragging on Iowa's schedule there, so I'm not going to rip on Indiana's at this point. But certainly Iowa has played the better schedule to date. Swept Purdue, swept Michigan State, as you guys all know. That's a huge step forward in winning a Big Ten regular season title. Hasn't happened since 1979 for Iowa. So the back end of Iowa's schedule gets a little easier, but still a lot of work to do starting Thursday.
But yeah, there is a big one coming up. You're going to try and truck through the snow out to the East Coast, and the Hawkeyes get Maryland. Yeah,
Maryland, has never lost at home in the Big Ten. Now, of course, it's only been a year and a half, 13 games, but they're 13-0 at home. Tough place to play. They're still ranked 8th in the country. Only losses are at North Carolina, at Michigan, and at Michigan State, so nothing really to sneeze at there. They were the preseason Big Ten favorite. This is the toughest game left on Iowa's schedule.
If they pick up a win here, let's say if already number 3 in the polls, the Big 12 is kind of beating itself up, what are the odds that the Hawkeyes can get even higher?
Well, I think even if the teams ahead of them, Oklahoma and North Carolina, keep winning, I think Iowa will start to get some first-place votes if they could sweep this week at Maryland and home against Northwestern, which isn't a slouch. Iowa, that ironically
it's the banana peel.
Yeah. that actually is Iowa's most recent Big Ten loss, was way back last February against Northwestern. So have won 13 in a row in the Big Ten since then, and a big reason, of course, is Jared Utoff getting National Player of the Year discussion now, not just Big Ten Player of the Year.
Yeah, if we mentioned him in our Big Ten list, I think we can probably step that up as we talk about the Hawkeyes rising up the national polls. A little bit of football here to wrap up Hawk Central Huddle. We got signing day next week. Any other news and notes from Kinnick and the facility?
Well, Kirk Ferentz was hoping C.J. Beathard would not have to have surgery on that groin. He did have surgery, a sports hernia. Sounds probably worse than it is. He's going to be out 6 weeks. He's already up walking around, so he should be back for spring ball late March. Obviously, they need him. One of the 3 finalists for the Chicago Tribune Silver Football. But good thing, I think, that he got the surgery. Let's clear it up. Let's get him ready to go. I mean, let's see what a healthy C.J. Beathard can do. And like you said, National Signing Day, basically a week away. We'll be talking a lot of football next week. Kirk Ferentz will be back on the podium 8 days from now.
You're going to be a busy guy as recruiting ramps up and then the Big Ten schedule rolls on for hoops. For Chad Leistikow, I'm Chris Cuellar. You can find all our content at hawkcentral.com. Chad will be busy all week. Make sure to check out his stuff. Thanks so much for joining us.